Alrighty, hello. So this is probably the second upload that you can see today. There's another thing that I wanted to talk about besides the last video, if you've seen it, which you probably didn't, but whatever. There's something I did want to really talk about, and that is animation. Animation in general has gotten so much better, but at the same time has gotten so much worse. Let me explain, right? Take a sip of my coffee. Just because you're animating a lot of shit going on doesn't mean that's good animation. Does that make sense? If you're animating a fight scene, the fight has to be able to be seen very clearly. You have to be able to see what the fuck is going on in the fight. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, guys? The main point of the fight is not flexing how much shit you can put on the screen. It's illustrating and conveying to me, the audience, what is going on, how is it happening, just shit in general. I have to be able to clearly tell without having to sit there and go like this and wonder what the fuck I'm looking at. Prime example, One Piece. The animation's gotten so much better. So good. But in certain episodes, yes, the animation is going absolutely insane, but at the same time, I don't really know what's going on. It's really hard to follow. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels this way, right? The new Solo Leveling episode, I watched when he fought Baru, some shit like that, right? The ant. At certain points, I was blown away. I was like, wow, this is insane. And at certain points, I got taken out of the action because I couldn't follow what was going on. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is happening? Another example is Dragon Ball Super. In the last episodes, right, the animation was going crazy, but I couldn't tell what the fuck was going on because they had that stupid CGI aura around Goku and Jiren. I couldn't tell what was really going on. And the point I'm trying to get at here is that animation is a way to convey information, and the information should be conveyed clearly. And I don't think that's a lot to ask for. I really don't think that's a lot to ask for. That's why the older Dragon Ball, that's why Dragon Ball Z, especially during the fucking Boo arc, right? It's often regarded as peak, not the Boo arc, but like the animation style and how it works, because you can clearly see what's going on. You know what I mean? Even in the movies, Janemba versus Super Saiyan 3 Goku, you could tell what is going on. You can really tell what's going on because there's proper build-up to each punch, kick, whatever the fuck's going on. You can tell what's about to happen. Does that make sense? You can tell what's happening. So it's easier for you to follow along what's happening. Does that make sense? Another sip of the coffee. Anyways, that's pretty much all I wanted to really get off my chest about animation. Animation in general, it's getting better, but also at the same time, it fucking sucks. Just because you throw in a couple of impact frames doesn't mean that it's good animation. You guys need to fucking... People shit on Invincible. People absolutely shit on Invincible for its animation. I actually really enjoy it just because I can tell what's going on. The punches are weighty, they're impactful. Even though, yeah, they're stiff, like they just fucking... It's like a PNG just here, and then they just... Let's say it's right here, right? And they just make it bigger. Sound design, special effects, and the actual timing of each impact punch or anything like that helps me know... Thank you. Helps me know what the fuck is going on. I honestly, that's why Invincible, in my opinion, is way better than most animes that are coming out nowadays, or pretty much anything else, just because the action is easy to follow, and the story is just so good. Story's so good, animation's acceptable, right? But it does go crazy when it needs to. I mean, look at Conquest versus Invincible. That shit was insane. It didn't have anything flashy. It was just basic movement, and it was just easy to follow. It was easy to follow, and it was enjoyable. So why can't more animation studios just slow it down, man? Slow it down. Slow it down. Clean up the image that I'm looking at. Okay? If the character has a flaming fist, right, and he got that shit all the way back right here, I should be able to still see the character and not fucking see nothing but a big fiery ball. I look at the sun if I want to see that. Invincible animation in general, like that studio, it's pretty fucked, man. Like, I'm sorry, if I was Amazon, like just Amazon in general, like the Amazon, hey, I would put millions of dollars into that shit. Millions. I would hire so many more people to work on that shit. Just because that's a money printer show, you guys need to lock in. Amazon needs to lock in. Not the animation studio, but Amazon needs to lock in. Anyways, that's all I want to say for now. See you on the next video. Peace.